is Mental Health Awareness Month. It's great to have you back with us here on the pregame show. That's why we are wearing the ribbons. That's why we are joined by some special guests. This is Amanda Lee, a professor with SDSU School of Social Work. Good to have you, as well as Omar Lopez, the assistant dean at the USC School of Social Work. We do appreciate it. We know sports-wise there's some contention between the two of you, but we hope you get along here tonight.
We do.
Well, we appreciate
Absolutely.
it. When we talk about mental health, I want to speak specifically to the role that social workers play in that as we honor you here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Sports social work is a really emerging field, area of social work practice. Social workers can be licensed mental health professionals and therefore can really assess athletes for any mental health concerns. They are also excellent at raising awareness for mental health prevention and providing education to athletes, to coaches, to the sports teams. So we have a really big role to play for sure.
You know, here as we focus on what we do for a living and watch all these athletes, we know there's some very prominent names right now seeking mental health and looking for some assistance. I think Daniel Bard, maybe you're familiar with him at home, the closer for the Colorado Rockies. Austin Meadows, another player in the big leagues who is looking for some help dealing with anxiety. But through it all, when people at home are watching this, they're going, but what about me? And Omar, I'll ask you this, are we seeing that there is enough resource out there, enough people to help, whether it's California or national?
Unfortunately, the answer is no at this point. You know, the state and federal governments are providing a lot more funding because we need more social workers out there. Not just social workers, but just different professionals who do behavioral health. You know, and not only doing mental health, but also knowing how to work in teams with different disciplines like nurses, medical doctors, because mental health is everywhere.
And I think it's tricky too, Amanda, and I'll stay focused on athletes, but I think it's this way for a lot of people. There's always been a stigma, which we are now seeing starting to subside, but among athletes, they're trained to say, hey, I don't want to show weakness, or I'm afraid that what I say privately will go to my bosses, it might affect my contracts. How do you deal with all of that when you just need somebody to say, hey, it's okay, we can help you get through something?
Right, so we really need to reassure athletes or whoever it might be that need to seek mental health services about confidentiality. We really hold that in the highest regard. We want to create safe spaces in which athletes can open up about what's going on with them, be real about what's going on with them, normalize these conversations and the importance of mental health awareness. I think that's the real problem, is feeling like they can't open up. So how can we create these safe spaces for them to do so? You see Simone Biles in the Olympics just a couple of years back, opening up about her anxiety and performance, having the twisties. And I think that really started a great conversation about us being real about mental health, whether you're an athlete or just a normal person like me.
Sure. And Omar, I would imagine what you're seeing is a direct result of that I would think that people come to you and say, you know what, if it's okay with Simone Biles or it's okay with Daniel Bard, it must be okay, and I can then take that leap and leave my misconceptions that there's a stigma attached, just leave that at the door.
100%, and then that's a lot of what, as universities, we're trying to kind of provide more education out in the public, right, to minimize that stigma, because it is not just for the professionals, but it is, after COVID, it was impacting a lot of sectors of our society. So here we're wearing these stickers because we want to increase that awareness.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. I know for folks at home right now, they may be thinking, I could use a little help, or perhaps maybe at home somebody who could stand to have a little help and just a crutch and maybe a leg to stand on or an arm to lean on. What should they do if they feel they need some?
So we've got some wonderful resources here in San Diego County. The Access and Crisis Line is very, it's multilingual, it's confidential, it's free. There are over 200 languages. You can call up anytime, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There's It's Up to Us website with a lot of great resources. You'd also, want to check out NAMI San Diego, the National Alliance for Mental Illness. And also, the 988 is something that just came out last year. It's the National Suicide and Crisis Prevention Line. So, we have a whole lot of great resources. We just need to get the word out and just make it okay to do so.
988, that is so key to remember all of that. I also understand there are 600 of you sitting above us tonight here at Petco Park as you're being honored this evening, Omar?
That's correct. We have a lot of social work programs, USC, San Diego State, Point Loma Nazarene, Castel San Marcos, and other organizations that are here to raise mental health awareness.
Well, honestly, we cannot thank you guys enough for spending some time and talking about such an important subject. I hope you enjoy the ball game tonight. Hopefully the Padres get you a win, and we can celebrate with 600 of your closest friends.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Good luck, Padres.
Yeah,
Go
it's
Padres.
absolutely our pleasure. Stick around, and our thanks again, not only to